Hello everyone, this is Sons of Asgard, and we are playing Kerbal Space... whatever. I don't even know what this game's called. Kerbal Space Program is what it's called. But basically, you're looking at a design of mine. I am attempting to start a space station. Space Station Asgard, or the Asgard Space Station. This is going to be the first module. As you can see up here, we have the docking port, multi-hub, so you can connect to each one of these with a new piece of the space station. Right here I have the crew cockpit to get the initial 3 crew up there. After that it'll kind of be useless, but they can do manual controls. We have some lights here to illuminate the docking hub if we're on the dark side of the planet and I need to dock. We also have these 2 main chambers that you see lit up here are 4-man crew chambers, so I can have a total of 8 people comfortably up here. I don't know if I'll ever have that. And then these gold right here, these gold rings in here, are RCS fuel canisters for making small thruster movements with these little thrust nozzles. That's to move it around in orbit. It's also going to be, this is a lot of fuel here, so the reason I have that is because this is going to be the main fuel depot for all the station. I don't know if it's enough yet, but we'll see. I also have solar arrays with batteries to run all the lights and all the stuff inside that the guys need. And, of course, we have our propulsion system, which is quite massive at the moment. Well, let's get her started. I've done this about 9 times, trying to get a enough propulsion to get into 100,000 orbit, which is about where I want to be, about 100,000. So we will see. All right, let's get started, and let's go ahead and initiate the SAS because I suck, and throttle it up. Let's go ahead and ignite in 3, 2, 1. And release the clamps, and here we go. Alright, the way I like to do it, I don't know if this is right, wrong, or what, but this is the way I've gotten used to it, and I wait till I get to about 10,000 meters, and then I'll break off on a roll to a 45-degree angle on the 90-degree vector mark, here. This being your, I guess, virtual horizon. It's all blue right now because we're pointing straight up, but you'll see orange as I tilt. We're at about 2,000 meters. Everything's running good. Overheat, I can live with that. That's decent. We got a decent amount of fuel right here. We're still running perfect. We're running about, I'm guessing 1G. That can't be right. I guess 1.5 Gs right now. We're about halfway to our first maneuver, which is the roll to 45-degree angle on the 90-degree vector mark. Let's see here. We're almost there. Guess those were some clouds right there. We're passing through a couple clouds, maybe? I don't know. We're about 1,500 meters away from our first maneuver. 500, and we can just go ahead and roll it over to 45 degrees, which is right on the 90. And there we go. Got a little bit of a roll, but nothing a little adjustment can't handle. And as you can see, that's the horizon, the vertical horizon, orange meaning ground. So if you're pointed at that, you're going to die. Alrighty, once these burn out, I'm going to enter my next stage. And I'm going to drop all these. You don't want to be wobbling too much when you go to break free because it'll run into it. There we go. Let's go ahead and drop those. And we can go ahead and back down the throttle because we're running at about 1,000 meters a second. I don't need to be much more than that for now anyway. I just want to save some fuel for orbit. Let's go ahead and drop it way down. I don't want to be losing speed, but I want to be gaining slowly so I can conserve as much fuel for the final burn as I can. And then from here we can go into the orbit map now. And as you can see, this is my trajectory. This is where I'm at, and this is where my trajectory is. This right here is called an apoapsis. And I want to wait till this gets to about 100,000 meters. And then I'm going to cut all of my thrust with X. And then we'll add them. Going to be the highest point of this arc is the apoapsis. And we'll be there in about 1 minute and 35 seconds. That's what that T minus at the bottom underneath it. We're right here. Our velocity, our altitude. We are now past 70,000 meters, which puts us out of the atmosphere. And let's go ahead and cut all there. And then what we do is we click a maneuver right there. And then we're going to add velocity. And we are going to do a maneuver here. And we want these to be semi-close to each other. Okay, 100,000 and 120. Whew. Back that down a little bit. We have 101 and 97. I'll live with that. Alright, let's go ahead and pull this up. And as you can see, a blue dot was added, and that's where we want to be thrusting towards. So I'm going to go ahead and maneuver into position. It's kind of a lunky spacecraft, so it might take me a second to get it right. That wasn't too bad. In T minus 49 seconds, we're going to initiate the burn. And we're going to burn for 39 seconds. We need to gain 1,118 meters a second velocity in this direction to match the orbit that we want. So now that we have that there, I'm going to go ahead and go into the staging because I know I might run out of fuel halfway through this burn and I need to drop into the next. I don't like leaving space junk, so I did that on purpose. I want this last piece and fuel tank to burn back into orbit, hopefully. I doubt it, but we'll see. I'm just concerned about getting it up there in general. Alright, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate burn. And as you can see, my fuel's going down. I don't think it's going to be enough. I wish it was. Let's go ahead and drop that. Initiate the second one. And let's pray I have enough fuel. We can go ahead and go into orbit now, and as you can see, the blue line is extending. I don't know if we're gonna have enough fuel. Come on, baby. You're gonna be so close. So close. I'm just going to go ahead and pray. We need 7 more seconds. And we ran out of fuel. Let's see if that was enough to even get us in a stable orbit. Oh. I'll be damned, it is. I literally had just enough fuel to get me into a stable orbit. Wow. And that's what we call luck, ladies and gentlemen. So we're at 120,000 there. We can go ahead and cancel this maneuver so we can see what we're got going on. And 65. Ooh, we're going to be in the atmosphere there. That is not a stable orbit. Well, we almost had it. So let's go to the staging. As you can see, the pretty Earth. And let's go ahead and maneuver this. And we can extend the panels, and you guys can at least see what it looks like. Alright, there's my solar panels. They're going to go ahead and get into position to track the sun. And let me hit you to turn on some lights so I can see. As you can see, it lights up nice. I'm glad that worked. We'll go ahead and launch these two and get them into position. Now, as you can see, these aren't tracking because they can't see, so let's go ahead and do a roll and get these into position so they're all gaining sun. I want to get a little more than that, so we'll go about like that. There we go. And now we are all in the sun, and you are staring at a perfectly good space station. So I'm going to go ahead and decouple this because it's out of fuel. And we have, ladies and gentlemen, the first piece of the space station. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure what's going to happen because 70 meters is stable orbit. Or is the atmosphere. 70,000, I'm sorry. 70,000 meters is the atmosphere in this game. I'm not sure if that's real in real life. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I now have a space station. And let's go ahead and go into orbit mode and see how close we are to the lowest point. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time a little bit so we get a little closer so I can see exactly what happens. Alright, now let's go into the staging. I might start burning up. I don't know. Alright, we are below the atmosphere. If it stays, I mean, I'll leave it. I don't really care. We'll just say this is Russian. We're going to get into low orbit to spy on them, I guess. But so far, I'm not seeing the re-entry burn, and I think we're really close. Let's switch real quick to see where we are. 65 is really close. That's about 5,000 into the atmosphere because I'm worried that we're going to start burning. I'm going to burn out my what do you call it? My solar panels here. So if it stays on this path, then this is where my path's going to be because this took me like 50 tries to even get this orbit. So this is the best I've done it. Okay, we're at 66,000. No burn yet. Thank God. Okay. This right here is the atmospheric pressure. And this is the atmosphere, I'm assuming. I guess this is, as this goes up, that's the atmosphere you're entering. We're at 65,000 and it's barely even gone up, so I think we're good. Let's go look at the orbit. Are we at the periapsis yet, which is, this is apoapsis, the highest point, and periapsis would be the lowest point. And 65, 65 seems to be it, and we'll be there in 1 minute, so let's go back and make sure we're not burning up. And we aren't. I am worried that the gravity might pull us back to Earth getting this close. As you can see, it's very, very pretty. And our guys are a little scared. And if we want, we can, let's look at our electrical power is good. I think there is a way to go inside. I don't remember. I don't really care. But we're still tracking the sun, which is good. Where is the sun anyway? There it is. We got perfect tracking. And we're regaining lights. So I can actually turn the lights off for now. We don't really need them. And we're at almost the lowest point. And we are at the lowest point, and we're going back up. So we didn't burn, and we have stable orbit. It's very low stable orbit, a little lower than I would like to be, but I think that I'm going to leave it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first module of the space station Asgard. As you can see, we have our fuel for the RCS thrusters. That's what allows me to maneuver without or in space. Right here, you see the thrusters. We got battery packs. These are lights. This is more fuel. And then we have the two crew chambers have little windows, as you can see. And of course we have our, let's see how these are doing. Sun exposure 97%, which is good. They're getting good energy. Let's check the batteries. All good. As you can see over here, we are doing really well on fuel, or on monopropellant. We have 2570, which is awesome. That's max. We also have 4950 of electrical, and then when I turn the lights on, I can run my lights without using any of my electrical charge at the moment, so that's good. That means I have enough electrical to, or enough solar power to run lights without losing. So we're going to be in the dark side of the moon soon, which I want to see. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this so we can see what it's like on the dark side of the moon, or on the Earth. Sorry, the moon. What is this, Pink Floyd? Anyway, I know there's probably better designs out there, and I know this probably isn't the greatest. I'm not a rocket engineer. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. As you can see, we just crested 70,000, and the music started signifying we're out of the atmosphere. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the lights on so we can see. Look at that. And we are now heading to the dark side of the Earth. And I'm glad to see that my lights work real well for the docking hub. I was really worried about not being able to see in case I needed to dock. And let's go ahead and watch that pretty sunset real time. Look at that. This is a great game. I mean, just how, cool it is that you can make your own space station. You can even travel to different planets. I've made it to the Mun, as they call it. There we go. Look at that pretty atmosphere. Of course, you got mountains down there. But there you go. Let's zoom in so I can take a look at the hubs. I can see very well, which is good. You need to be able to see those. And I can see pretty much the whole station. I like it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Space Station Asgard. We've done it. Oh, there's the Mun. Look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. One cool thing I think they should add is the Aurora Borealis would be super neat in this game. This game's still in development, so they could be adding a lot. There's space station debris. I don't know where that is, but I am going to go ahead and go faster so I can see if we actually hit it. Alright, we're 1,000 meters, getting close. Got a lot of debris out there. Apparently I'm messy. Guess that's just drifting off into space, which is fine with me. As long as it stays out of my orbital path. We got more debris. Let's check this. Let's go ahead and warp speed it. Looks like it's in the same orbit as us. And we don't seem to be gaining on it. which means it's matched our velocity, which is good, I guess. Alrighty, well, let's make sure that my, as you can see, these automatically track the sun, which I think is super neat. Let's go ahead and speed up to 4. As you can see, let's get into a position where you can see them turn. As you can see, they're almost level. And as I move, they fully charge me again. Good. They should turn to track the sun. Well, of course, I'm an idiot, and we are stationary, so it's never going to turn. But we're in good shape here. I think I like this orbit. I do like this orbit. And we're coming around to the low end again. And let's go to the orbit map real quick just to make sure our orbit hasn't changed. We're at 116. Ooh. And we are actually declining in orbit. I was afraid of that. Well, we had a good run. We could always build another one, and I'll leave this one up as long as I can. I have it saved, so I'm going to tweak with the... Basically, that is the start of a good space station. I'll make another video when I have a new stable one. I won't bore you with getting this one in orbit again. But I'm going to add one more little fuel tank to the last stage, and that'll give me plenty. But in the future, I will make another video showing the next stage and docking. So, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.